best thing that I can tell you, the best thing is learn how to sell. Learn how to sell as a skill. Learn how to sell. This is going to be one of the best skills that you will ever learn in your life, because you're going to achieve so much and gain so much from that one skill, because you're learning to communicate and articulate your thoughts, the value that you have, how you can help other people. You're going to get rejected, and that's part of it. That's what you need. That's a purpose, and that's why you learn sales, because you get rejected. You remove the attachment from the result, whether you get the sale or you don't. You know how to just go through it. The wins, you win. You don't get too excited. You're like, okay, yay, let's go. You keep moving. You lose a deal? Okay, I'll get it next time. Okay, I should have fixed this. I should have done that. I'm going to get you guys next time. Because the moment you learn sales, right? So the moment you learn sales, this was me, sales. I had the best sales. I got this belt. We used to do this belt thing where you get the most sales and you get a belt. And this was me. And I was like, okay, cool. Like I started selling probably when I was, I'd say probably 18, because it depends on how you sell, right? Like I used to manage a business when I was like 17, 18 with like transport and like people who were like 40 years. And I was like 18, so like double my age and stuff. And, you know, I had to hold them accountable and not cause fights, right? But because they still had to, and I still had to like measure them, right? Like say, okay, like, you know, this guy is older than me, but I gotta call him out on this, right? So you have to learn how to communicate with people that are older than you, people that are younger than you. And just realize that you as a person, you have to have that confidence. Say, I'm doing this not just because you have to, but it's going to help your life. Open up opportunities for you. Open up doors for you because you know how to communicate. You know how to speak. You know how to articulate. And personally, now I'm training, I'm practicing, because right now I'm talking to just a camera. No one's here. It's like, listen to me. So I'm like, okay, let me just speak, right? So I'm always trying to figure out. But right now, what I'm saying is, learn how to speak. The best way to do it is learn sales, because you're learning at the same time you're getting paid. That is the best return on investment. One of the skills that has the best return on investment, because you learn how to sell and also sell things that you believe in. Don't sell things that you don't believe in. Learn how to sell and sell, get some sales, get some experience, and get paid for it. That's what you need to do to build your confidence. Because with sales, it's going to test you. You're going to get destroyed at one point. You can be like, I don't want to do this. It's uncomfortable. I don't like people telling me no. It's part of it. That's life. That's how you build confidence, because rejection is part of life. Some people have the preference of going out and dating and, you know, picking up girls and stuff. You can do that, but it wastes your energy as a guy, as a man. It wastes your energy. It's better for you to wait for the right lady and go for that one. And you won't miss, because you understand the psychology and you've been getting paid already. Your bank account is also going up and you're learning how to sell. Because people underestimate the effort it takes to master a skill. And I think Robert Greene says that it takes about 10 years, 10,000 hours. People talk about 10,000 hours, but it also takes about, you know, a span of like 10 years, maybe, depending on how often you do it, right? You can shrink the timeline when you go through so much experience. So like, for example, you read a lot, you take courses, you learn from so many people. and then you go and practice yourself so you can shrink your time to become a master in something. So that's one way to do it. But still, I think time also matters because you have to go through different turns. Let's say, for example, if you're a salesperson, you might know how to sell, but you might only know how to sell in a specific economy. Because now probably selling with AI is different than what it was maybe 2-3 years ago, or like 10 years ago, even more, right? So when you have experience selling through different times and periods of the economy, like let's say if you're selling in a recession, it's different when you're selling in a time when the economy is booming, because the way buyers behave is also different. So those are the things that you have to understand. The first principles, again, right? You have to understand and respect time. Respect time as an individual. Respect time, because when you're trying to look smacks and rush to say, I want to look the best and build your confidence, you also have to recognize that there are people that are ahead of you that have already gone through this process, because what you're facing and what you're going through right now is not something new to you alone. This is something that has existed over time. And the people who are now in their prime, and your prime is probably going to be like when they say like life begins at 40, they're not joking. It's, it's a metaphor, but it's really trying to tell you that you peak around that time because you have amassed so much experience. You've learned, and now you have experience, and now you can actually pave your own path and really go to the top. And maybe you've made some connections and you have people that are behind you. So that is important. Don't rush before you build the foundation. So you just have confidence in building the foundations, right? This is now the mind. This is, as I was saying, like these are the important pieces, the most important pieces to build. This is where the meat, right? The mind, this portion here, this is where the meat is when you're trying to look smacks. It's about this guy, your mind. So again, make sure when you're looking at stuff like this, right? Like let's say, for example, like when I was talking about like, communicating, it's like you're going to learn how to communicate these ideas, learn how to sell, learn how to do these things, and your life will change. And because, like I said, like your mouth, your tongue is a difference between life and death, right? Because your mouth can make you very rich without you lifting your hands or anything. Just for example, like even if you have your phone, right? Your phone, and you just talk to someone on the other side, someone can actually listen to you and buy whatever offer that you have because you have experience, you know how to solve a problem, and you can help transform someone's life based on your experience, the things that you have experienced. Don't fake it, right? You have to be very responsible. Do not fake it, because when you fake it, people will figure it out. And when they figure it out, your reputation goes down. And one of the things that is the hardest things, one of the hardest things in life is to try and fix a ruined reputation, because it takes years to build it. But it can take a few words, a few minutes, a few seconds to ruin a good reputation. That's how it is. It's not fair for some people, but that's just how long it takes. So you have to be very careful. You have to be very careful. So learn sales, but be responsible, because once you learn, you understand sales, people are trusting you, and you have to be responsible. That is the number one thing that you have to do. You have to be ethical. You have to be ethical. You have to be. And yeah, look into Jordan Belfort's story. Like, the guy is good at sales, but he got into some trouble and didn't work out well. But learn sales. That will help you. And then that will also help to give you confidence. I've also seen like some salespeople who are great at, their job, but they have a tough time talking to, let's say, women, right? So learn, read books, understand the opposite sex, to understand who they are, right? And when you understand who they are, you can also have confidence to approach, talk to them, and you'll be able to relate. So those are the things that you have to think about when it comes to building confidence and your mind, to have that confidence. And that comes with competence, right? As you do things over and over again, you gain confidence and you gain competence, right? Like being a master at what you do. And also, like, maybe for you to gain confidence in your mind, maybe you don't necessarily need to just learn to sell. Maybe it's you gaining confidence in just mastering what you choose to do in life. But I still think, regardless of what you do in life, you have to learn how to sell. Because what's going to happen is you are going to have to sell to the person that you want to spend the rest of your life with. You have to sell them that idea that you're the best. You're the person that God chose for them. That you're the person. So you have to learn. You have to learn to do it, right? And you're going to have kids. You're going to have to sell your idea to the kids, to say why they shouldn't eat sweets, why they shouldn't eat ice cream late at night. You have to sell them, right, on these ideas. So you have to learn how to communicate.